I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it all. I'm gonna be better, better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it, don't deserve it. I'm gonna be better, better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it all. I'm gonna be better, better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it, don't deserve it.
It is in despair that I
Your
see the
team is
fondest
banning.
hopes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. You all are watching
Starlight Esports presents Clash of Titans Season 2. Second semifinals up on the way. It's going to be a super fun evening because it's another best of 5. Yesterday we saw ABM getting a 3-1
I
victory
would
against
rather
Unbeatables,
betray
and
the
seems like they
world
weren't
than let the
unbeatable
world betray
entirely.
me.
But today we're going to have two amazing teams, and it's going
See
to be a
value
fun
in
journey.
me?
You've got
Your
me,
team
Scared as a
is
caster,
should.
alongside me, none other than the man himself, Kronos.
Hey, Scared, yeah, what's up? What's up? Thank you for holding down the fort while I was away. I was actually in a game myself, and I was like, I just realized how strong is Lilia in the current meta, but nobody seems to pick it up. But all that aside, thank you for the wonderful introduction. We are back here once again for a Battle Knights Clash of Titans Season 2, as said by my co-caster, Scared Yet. And for tonight, we have Team Cry that's going against one of the powerhouses, RRE Esports. And mind you, both of these teams are one of the top teams, and that's how they made it to the semifinals. For now, the draft is upon us. So we have the
Horology is
first
my
three
craft.
bands coming in
Diggy
from
is
the
my
side of
name.
Team Cry, which is the blue side, Ruby, Yuzhong, and this Diggy. While on the other side, Team RRE Esports are trying to finalize their ban at the moment. So they've banned out the Nathan or Nathan, however you call it, and Fredrin. And the third and final ban, in my opinion, should be something of a Matilda, if possible, because Matilda is still versatile in the current meta. What do you think, Scared Yet?
Yeah, we've majorly seen a lot of teams banning out Matilda as well, but I was kind of hoping to maybe see a Joy ban because, I mean, that's what's basically been famous in all the Indonesian, Philippines, and Malaysian regions too. But, I
Always
mean,
Yeah.
on the way.
not entirely the
Your
scenario
team is
here
picking.
in towards the South Asia, is it?
Yeah, that is true. Now, at the moment, we see the first pick coming in from
I've
Team
been waiting
Cry.
for
That
too long.
carry,
Picking.
that carry is just too strong. When you have a carry on your side, it just goes to show you already have the tides tilt in your favor because it's such a strong marksman in the current meta. And I don't think I myself play a little bit in the jungle role, and I don't think there's a single hero that can actually one-shot this carry when the carry goes for that semi-tank and semi-damage. The hybrid build along with that Vengeance is such a problem, especially given the fact that it's going to be so tanky with that Thunderbolt, dishing out so much damage with that Golden Staff. So you know for a fact that Team Cry already trying to get the upper hand on the right reply coming in from RR Esports, picking up this X-Borg that has that extra HP bar in this Firaga armor, and you have this Faramis that's going to be providing the extra bit of survivability and the dive composition coming in with that Nether Realm. On the other side, realizing that Team Cry picking up the Minotaur just to make sure that they can disengage with this dive coming in from the side of Team RE Esports. And once again, CC, no surprises there, just to keep kiting back and forth.
Now, CC has basically been that one of the crucial
time to go to
picks
the
for not just
R&D
there, but
show.
Your team
in multiple
is
regions
on.
out there. And it clearly is understandable as well because of that continuous poke damage, as well as you mentioned, the kiting ability. Claw to close out the first phase of the draft. From the red side, now they've also banned out the Lilia. Now, interesting ban. Lilia, again with the Shadow Energy Bombs, could potentially be a massive threat to the Nether Realm. So, taking it away, and also since they've already picked up the Cloud, I think so they might as well look to ban away the Brody into the gold lane in the next one. But on the side of Cry, I'm kind of expecting them to maybe just take away the EXP laners, which could prove threat to CC. Maybe just pan out the Arlot, or if they really want to go for it, maybe Dairoth.
I mean, I agree with what you said, right? This Lilia is a problem. They should look at banning out the EXP laners, but they want to go to the jungle out there, trying to call the bluff coming in from Team RRE
Hope
Esports,
will
realizing
find a
that this
way.
export
Your
can be
team
played
is
into the
forlorn.
EXP lane, but maybe they're falling into the trap already. Now the most meta mages being taken off the table, the Vexana Eternal Guard will not be in play here, which will be such a utility tool coming in with that Terrify. But being taken off the table, we do have another mage that is really good that can be terrifying in the hands of Team RE Esports and in the hands of Team Cry. That is the Valentina, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget, when you have a Faramis, the natural pickup against this hero is usually the Valentina, and not banning out this Valentina might come back to bite them only because you have that I am you ultimate to steal away the Nether Realm, and maybe even a big setup that might come in from their roamer.
Of imprisonment.
It is highly possible because, as you mentioned, Valentina might actually be one of the best picks in this situation, and they also have that opportunity. But I mean, let's just call maybe it an orthodox situation, but Nox could potentially play on the roam position on the Faramis, and they could themselves lock in the Valentina to steal away the Minnow and Fury. But that just does not seem to be the go through method as they're kind of showing in the Angela. And I don't
I
know
mean,
if I'd actually be on board with picking up two of the support type utilities.
I mean, I don't mind for them to pick up the heroes, but come on, guys, come on. I'm looking at it. You're looking at it. Everybody that's watching is looking at it. The players are looking at it. We know we're not gonna. You know you're not gonna say that word. We're gonna stick with QT right now. But QT is picking up this QT and Angela to make sure to provide that utility for the team with the hard guard. Then you have Nox with this Nether Realm, that extra survivability, along with this big fat blazing duet. That will be such a problem later in the late stages of the game. But right now, they're opting to go for the Chang'e route just to get a little bit of wave clear. But I still think they can go for this Valentina. It will be such a useful hero that they can pick up only if they can hear us at the moment, but they cannot scared yet. But still, I think Chang'e not bad just for extra bit of wave clear, but I think Valentina is just so much better here.
Let's play together.
Valentina
Your
would
team
basically
is
be the
picking.
perfect pick in this situation. But all right, they're going to stick with the Chang'e, so that extra bit of wave clear. But I'm not quite sure if that is entirely the greatest pick against a Claude. Because you know that BMI and the Blazing Duet is going to chunk down that shield way too quickly. And if in case that happens, it's going to be pretty troublesome. Though on the other side, since Joyboy is already playing on the carry, I still feel Xbox Jungle might have been the way to go, but they still have got the Akai, so it's better to put Xbox into that EXP entirely. Akai in that jungle, those heavy spins will eventually help them out in those setups. And normally, Xbox is the one that potentially counters the Fredrin, the Akai. He kind of pushes all of them back. So I still feel it's kind of nice for them to pick up this draw, but I really want to see the main chunk of magic damage that could potentially come in because their main win condition is definitely that Claude. And they want to make sure that Sincerely Kev is the one who's got some good amount of farming. And for that to happen, they've got to make sure they shut down the carry on the other side.
At the moment, that's what you said. The name of the game is shut down that carry because you know this carry can carry the late game. And so will this Chang'e. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are in the land of dawn for the semifinals for today in Battle Knights Esports Tournament Clash of Titans Season 2 between India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Nepal. And is presented to you by NEJ, Nepalese Esports Junction, and Battle Knights themselves. And for now, we have a Team Pride that's on the blue side and Team RRA Esports on the red in this best of 5 series. This is your host, Casa Kronos, alongside Scared Yet. Take it away.
Another great evening with another great teams, as you've already mentioned. And the win condition for both of them is entirely clear. Joyboy needs to be the one who's got this farming up on his route, while also Kev is going to be for their side to make sure he's the one who's dictating the entire pace of this game. So as you've already mentioned, another fun evening yet again. Some recent engagement in towards the mid. Minotaur has been taken down a little bit low, but should be fine as of now. He's a Minotaur, let's be honest. He can potentially heal himself back up, but I want to see what's going to happen between the battle of this Minotaur up against the Panda himself. Super IMM.
That is true. That is true. You want to see this Kung Fu Panda go against this mythical creature in the Minotaur. But at the moment, let's not forget there is a Nolan on the cards. He is a prize and he's prime position to try and pick up a kill. But QT here getting that string on Ryu to make sure that Ryu will not get out of there for free, but will be able to back off. And right now we want to see how this game will progress. The turtle is about to spawn in about 15 seconds. Scared yet?
Just 15 more seconds and that's about it. We might potentially see the first contest right there, but not quite seeing that level 4 on towards the EXP laner. Boyko still a decent chunk away from it, and that's the exact same thing with Espero. Okay.
Espero. It's called Espero.
That pull was actually pretty good. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what it was called, but alright, both of you is now level 4. It's going
Yeah,
to be another situation. The advantage is again at the side of Prime.
yeah, QT here getting zoned away. Ryu is getting zoned out as well. And right now, team RRE Esports have control of the turtle. Will they? Do they not? The heavy spin is there. Netherrealm being used. The turtle will go towards the side of Super IMM. And they have the meteor shower coming in. Along with the here, you can see all the damage being dished out. But Super IMM tanking everything, soaking all of that damage up for his team. And that is why they picked up the Akai. Such a great engage coming in from the side of Team Cry. But the answer is there. Super IMM able to soak up all the damage and provide that utility for his team.
In the meantime, Kev as well finding a decent amount of just a little bit of gold, maybe 20 to 30 extra chunk of gold over towards the top, knowing that Joyboy would not be able to finish him off right now. But I mean, this engagement is also inevitable, right? Because the first fight went all the way down towards the bot. Now, this is a moment where the gold laners will be targeted. But the question is, which one of them is actually going to fall first? But looking at the way everything went out forward, Angela, he held out really well. Boyko in that situation because he would have fallen if not for that hard guard, while also Super IMM, as you mentioned, just face tanked every single shot from Meteor Tower to make sure Nox is the one who's surviving and going backwards. But again, over towards the top side, not yet final bit of that engagement, right? Still waiting. Changa now joins in as well. He might have been seen, but the safe distance still being maintained.
Yeah, it's true. Blazing Duet coming in from Kev right now. They're trying to bite off more than they can chew. But he realizes that the backup, the cavalry, has come for Team Christ. They want to back away. And Super IMM actually... He's not really being harassed. He's not harassing Nolan as much as he should be, because Nolan, well, if you get Nolan scaling, he will be a problem in the late game of the phase, on the mid game where the power spike is on. But right now, the Turtle's about to spawn in Super IMM in prime position along with Boyko. So Team RRE Esports have the upper hand. And they want to get this turtle going, but you can see Espero just hiding the turtle, pulling the turtle away to make sure he can delay it as long as you can. But right now, Minato here with the meteor shower onto Nox, trying to bait out the nether realm, but not able to do so. There's the hard guard coming in. Super Im, will he go down? No, he will get the turtle. Heavy spin is there. If he doesn't catch anyone, the knock will finally get some nether realm being used. Last insanity, the Ryu will go down. First blood, 4 minutes, 53 seconds into the game. And right now, QT trying to put a puppet on a string just to make sure you get that CC. The stomp coming in once more. They will fall. Yes, they will. And Sincerely Ken will go down. And this time we will see Minato trying to do as much damage as he can. But Espero Guste will go down. That Shadow Stampede coming in. Minato able to get out of the meteor shower right in the face of QT. But will he take the damage? Puppet on a string just to get the extra bit of CC. He's able to survive with the slightest bit of HP. He will not fall. Super IMM right in the face of Ryu, going down and trying to take his buff right now.
And now this is a situation where they can go in for that hard press as well, but maybe they've kind of been more than what they could chew. Yet another heavy spin catching off Rue in this situation. But Super IMM, he needs to survive. He was able to see the buff, maybe not. The flicker comes in along the knock up, but the shadow snapping yet again. Saves the life of both the players. And on the other side, Joyboy will also fall because the Blazing Duet is right on his face. QT getting that extra bit of heal backup for his teammates. That was such a great maneuver from Nox.
Oh my god, that is MVP for me. 205 on this Paramis. Nox is playing out of his mind, knocking everybody back, pulling them down. And I don't know what is happening right now, but you can see these scrappy fights have led to a 7-0. And now, what was such an even game of 5K to the side of Team RRE Esports, and they clearly have the upper hand right now.
If they've got the early hand in the mid game only, a 5,000 gold lead, it's going to be even harder scaling over towards the late as well, because Sincerely Kev is farming out of his mind. They've got the pressure over towards the mid as well. We see potentially a Blazing Duet, maybe not. If Shadow Stampede was to catch one, that engagement would have been perfect. But there's the catch, heavy space, Vengeance Passive user, but it's not going to save the life of CC. As it picks off hard guard again. The doctor picking it up. Was there to save their own life, and there's just not enough damage Ryu needs to survive as well. He potentially will. But that said, they've given the control of the turtle entirely.
Oh my god, that was such a beautiful play coming in from the side of Team RR Esports. He got the dash, he got the heavy spin, baited out the vengeance, and made sure he went to the last insanity. That blow up just blew Esperal, his Guste out of this world, and back into that black and gray screen that he does not like to be in. And next thing you know, the Minoan Fury setup was on point. He caught all 5 of the side of Team RR Esports, but the Netherrealm Nox is just playing beautifully on this Paramis right now. Kev might be going down, will have to back off, realizing that the cavalry coming in for Team Cry, they want to commit towards this tower, but in the meantime, they're losing out so much in the jungle. This blue buff that gives an extra bit of energy that this Nolan needs has been taken away.
Nolan would not be able to scale as hard as he would normally in those situations. So, it's already a pretty horrific start for Team Cry, and they are facing the troubles, and let's be honest, it's going to drop meteor shot to clear out those waves. Now, one thing that we're going to give them is the fact they've got a pretty decent wave clear. Plus, once Ryu scales up, eventually, we know he will. So he will see that extra bit of burst come out. So Kev will need to play safe or at least smart so that he does not get caught in that fracture or even the gauges or expansion. While on the other side, Boyko has got his immortality up. Now he can be overly aggressive in those situations with Flicker to bail him out, as well as Cutie's hard guard coming into the play. Minato will just use the meteor shower to make sure he clears out all the waves. It's about time that we will see the radiant armor on Super IMM and maybe Boyko as well if he likes to go in directly on their faces. That's exactly what he's doing right now. So the itemization is going to be the next key step or a key milestone in this match.
Right now, you can see the pressure coming in. Once again, Minato does not have the meteor shower, but now they will get that turret, and they will. When the meteor shower is the heavy spin coming in. Vengeance once again to on towards Espero. He will go down, and this time to the hands of Sincerely Kev. And this time seems like they are on the hunt and they want blood. And Team RRE Esports want once again take away this blue buff. There it is. They're trying to steal it away. And let's be honest, Scared, we know a Nolan is a snowball hero. He's one of the best assassins in the current meta. But once you take away the early pressure that he can provide, he's not really much of a threat if you stick together and you have a little bit of heal to add insult to injury. And now you know that this Ryu is not much of a threat. As long as they take care of Joy Boy, it will be easy for them to scale and easily take this game away as just they did with the Lord.
In Nozonisha here to support the man as of now. That's a spoiler note out there. They are sure they really need to scale up as quickly as possible. Just level 11 is not going to cut it since Kev is already 12, 4, 0, and 2. With that Purify, extra bit of maneuvering in his own hands, making sure he survives whenever he gets caught in the knockup of the Minoan Fury. But even that's skill 1. That's also skill enemy, I'll be honest. Also gets that extra bit of attack speed slow on you. So that should potentially be the main aim of Sincerely Ken. To get that extra bit of attack speed denial as well as cook the dominant size. I really want to see the itemization because Boyko is going to be slowed down to that light wheel a little bit, but the T2 up top is going to fall. The siege is going to be pretty easy. Not going to take much of a problem out there. Fleeting time now, Cutie. So the hard guard will also be spammed if he gets a couple of assists too. Positions will be revealed out. Everyone will be forced backwards because of the meteor shower. So that's the first wave defended. But the question is, how many tier 2s would they be able to save? There are 2 left for
There are 2 left. They're trying to put their pressure on that Kev. They're trying to take down the 2 in the mid lane. Blazing with the heavy spin. They take down Joy Boy in the instant, in the flash of a second. And Minoan Fury to survive, but he's not able to do so. Netherrealm, just that insult to injury for the extra survivability, knowing that the meteor shower cannot do anything to them. And you can see how they are tanking all of that damage right in front of their faces. And now the disrespect is there. It is 12-0. And I know for a fact that if you're a fan of Team Cry, you want to see at least 1 kill on the board right now. And this goal lead has extended up to 9,000. And slowly but surely, Team RRE Esports are running away with it. Kev has scaled to the utmost level. Nox is doing as much damage as he can. Boyko tanking and Super IMM, like Scared Yet said, I hope we can see the itemization just to provide a little bit more information for us to show what these builds are.
It's not just about that, right? It's 0 and 12. So you called for the itemization. Here it is, the Radiant Armor up. So you know Chang'e is not going to deal as much damage. That early Divine Glaive will potentially help, but I still want to see even more anti-heal from their side. I mean, Sincerely Ken is still cooking it. You know there's another realm on the opponent's side. Boyko, he is also going to heal out of his mind as he's got that Ice Queen wand for that extra bit of slow along with QT. He's got the Flask of Oasis. I'll be brutally honest. I was expecting Dominance Ice to be the first item,
Oh
but he
my
actually
god.
went in for some extra bit of survivability with the Oracle, and it's not going to help him out because on the
There's
other
no
side,
anti-heal.
yeah, sincerely, Kev, he's basically completed his build. He's just about to sell those steel necklace too. And
Oh my
after that,
god.
he's going to be a nuclear missile. I don't see any way for them to make this comeback until and unless we see another crazy setup. But there's just not enough damage.
I mean, even if they have the ultimate setup with that Minoan Fury, right? Get that triple knockup going. I don't think it's enough because you don't have the anti-heal to provide the extra bit of negate to that survivability coming in from QT, from Nox, from IMM with that extra shield that he gets from his passive. And Sincerely Kev as well. He will be scaling up. He has that Demon Hunter sword, the golden staff. So he is going to be getting that tick damage off. He's not going to be slowed down. He's not gonna lose his HP, and Boyko is just gonna use the emblem of Festival of Blood just to keep getting everything up again.
I don't see any way for them to clear out the slot as well because Minato, yeah, he was cooking out. Maybe Nicholas is doing his Joy Boy needs to run away. He's gonna get caught. Heavy spins in a perfect position. He's out. And now it seems even more difficult for them since Joy Boy was the main source of damage. Espero will also be picked off as soon as he tries to jump in. But one good thing is that he's not going to be crowd control with that. Does not matter. Look at the damage coming in. And the knockup does not even come because it's a hard card over of the blazing to win. Lord finishing the crystal and there's no way for them to survive. It's game number 1. Stolen away. A great start indeed.
Victory!
I wouldn't call that stolen away scared. I would call that a dominant display because look at the kill score 14-0. If they did not lose that bot lane tier 1 turret, it would have been a near perfect game coming in from the side of Team RRE Esports, and they have put the pressure on the side of Team Cry. Let's not forget, folks, this is a get best of 5 series, and Scared Yet, if you lose the first big game of the best of 5 series to a 14-0, not a single kill on the board. How demotivating will that factor be, and how much of a boost will that be for the side of Team RRE Esports, who have come here just to win?
Again, it just seems implausible in this situation. And I also mentioned about the fact now, yeah, Minato, even though he's got basically the maximum amount of damage, they just lost out on those early few fights and that too way too quickly. And there was no stopping on the scaling of Kev. He was doing a phenomenal job. Now, you would argue over the fact that Espero again was caught in so many situations. If I'm not wrong, at least 2 or 3 times he was caught by Super IMM's heavy spins. And one of the main reasons for that is that they do not have enough peel out there. The reason for it, sincerely, Ken, again, he's a Minotaur. He went in for the Oracle as the first item. I was expecting a dominant size to reduce onto the healing, and those early fights win that came in for the side of RRQ was the main reason for that was the fact they had that extra bit of heal thanks to the flask of Oasis or maybe just Angela's normal heal. That's even sufficient. 2-0 and 12 knocks on the Faramis, doing a great job again, playing out of his mind. But I would still say kudos is gonna go to QT at that point because with the Angela, he was able to provide the support to the main players that needed it, specifically early on to Boyko, so that he could try to divert the attention and break that front line from the back line. and that eventually gave a good opportunity for their side to finish every single one of those players off, because after that it was just kept playing all out of his mind.
That is true. That is true. We have shout out every player on the side of our esports, but we know for a fact the MVP has to be Nox. That early game help, that sustain, that survivability, the pressure he put on in the early game. We saw QT surviving with 1 HP. Super IM surviving 1 HP thanks to the brilliant Shadow Stampedes coming in from Nox. And right now, it goes to show how much of a difference draft makes, because if Minato picked up the Valentina instead of the Changa, this would have been a completely different ball game. But for now,
I would
folks, we know
agree.
that we are gonna, yeah, agreed, exactly, scared. But for now, let's take a short break, and we will be back with the next game in this best of 5 series between Team Cry and Team RRE Esports. And don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, grab your drinks, because this is Team Cry. Don't want to go down without giving a fight. So we will be back, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it all. I'm gonna be better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it, don't deserve it. I'm gonna be better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it all. I'm gonna be better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it, don't deserve it.
वेलकम बैक एवरीवन, स्वागत है आप सभी का वापस। वी ऑल आर वाचिंग द क्लैश ऑफ टाइटन सीजन 2। और क्योंकि मैं हिंदी कास्टिंग इस टाइम पे कर रहा हूं, एंड अगेन
Kindness
इट्स
is
बिकॉज ऑफ
the
द फैक्ट दैट आई
surest
वाज
path
advised
to
to do that।
ruination.
अब मुझे नहीं पता वो कितनी ज्यादा अच्छी दिखने वाली है, पर एक चीज तो बहुत अच्छी सुनाई देगी, वो होगी क्रोनोस की आवाज, क्योंकि मेरे साथ जुड़ेंगे वो वापस से कास्टिंग डेस्क पे गेम नंबर 2 के लिए।
हेलो, स्वागत है दोस्तों। मेरा नाम क्रोनोस
Horology
है
is
और
my
मेरे
craft
साथ है
too. Dicky is my
स्केडियट। हम
name.
अभी हिंदी में कास्टिंग करेंगे इंग्लिश से
Light
स्विच
me
करके।
up and
मेरा
watch
हिंदी
the
उतना अच्छा नहीं है, बट
is
प्लीज
banner.
आई होप यू कैन बेयर विथ मी, क्योंकि अभी हम बैन फेज पे है एंड वी कैन सी आरआरई स्पोर्ट्स अभी ब्लू साइड पे चले गए और टीम क्राई रेड साइड पे और लाल वाले साइड पे गए। तो हम पता है कि ऑलरेडी एक डिसएडवांटेज होगा, बट एडवांटेज भी टर्न कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि हम एक फर्स्ट पिक प्रायोरिटी देते हैं पर लेते हैं दो। बट एट द मोमेंट आरआरई स्पोर्ट्स ने एक गेम ऑलरेडी छीन लिया है रेड साइड में लेके। क्या टीम क्राई वही करेंगे स्केडियट?
It is highly possible though, and let's just switch back to English because it kinda seemed
Hey,
I mean,
Always
both
on
of
the
our comfort
way.
language is English, so we're
Your
gonna stick
team
back to
is
it.
banning.
We tried. I mean, we
we
tried,
tried,
but
we
it's not.
tried. It's not like we're bad. It's just our
Yeah.
English is better.
Yeah, it's just how we are comfortable in English, specifically when it comes to casting. But now, in terms of the bans, we know again those standard bans. Xbox has been taken away by the side of Team Cry, so this gives them more room to
Your
potentially pick
team is
something like a
picking.
Fredrin, maybe lock in the CC
To
themselves
live
if.
is to
In case
trick the
RRE is not going
Reaper.
for that, because I would again say CC is actually a pretty phenomenal EXP laner and one of the most contested EXP laner in at least the Southeast Asian region. But we know for majority that South Asia it's kind of different, right?
See
We tend to
value
go
in
in for the
me?
junglers pick first,
Your
and that's
team
You
is
exactly what we are
should.
picking.
seeing. Fredrin logged in already. Now I'm again expecting maybe Akai
I've been
jungle being
waiting for
stolen,
too
that's carry
long.
being logged in. So it's a pretty phenomenal answer, but it seems that RRE will potentially lock in their Claude yet again in this game.
I agree. I agree with whatever you said, but again, they're gonna go for that carry route. The carry is such a strong marksman in
Let's
the
hear from the
goal lane,
crowd.
and
Make
Joy
some
Boy
noise for
trusts
yours
his carry.
truly.
He realized that the first game wasn't the best, but wants to prove it once again. Again, Espero going for that CC. Um, I'm not saying I'm not a fan of CC. CC is
Hope
really
will
good,
find
but
a
now it
way,
goes to show that you
even
wanna
when all
have
is forlorn.
a tank in the jungle, or you wanna have a little bit of appeal coming in from your roamer itself. So on the other side, Nox, brilliant first game, picks up this
I,
Vexana, demands
Minotaur,
the
Your
respect
will
team
ban
finish
is
of
off
this
what
picking.
was
Paramus,
left
and realizing that
undone.
QT, knowing that this Vexana is such an immobile mid, needs a little bit of frontline help, and
Your
turns
team is
picks up the
banning.
Minotaur, and maybe this time we can see the
Come
dominance
on,
ice come out
Dexter.
early,
It's our
along with the
Your
flashes of the
showtime.
team is
Oasis,
banning.
and Rio going in for the Barats.
It's time to go to the RT show. Your team is
Not quite sure
banning.
how well it's going to pan out yet again, but one thing is for sure, since Carry has been taken away, Xbox was banned out already, and now since Claude has also been banned, I think so Barats would be able to frontline pretty
The
well
hunt
until
begins.
and
Your
unless we
team
see
is
yet
banning.
another very high shredding hero. But my question
Love
is,
and
which
hope
marksman is
are
it
the
going
two
to be? I don't
greatest
think so Melissa
inventions.
is a go-to option. You could argue
No,
maybe they can pick up an Ixia, but again might
not the
just
best.
not be enough. Yeah, not the best in slot situation. So I'm still quite confused as to what they're going to take in. A good ban in terms of Ruby so that they cannot cast I'm offended, because we normally might have seen a Ruby in that EXP lane. Now it leaves room for Arlert, maybe a Lapu Lapu. Yuzhong was already
Ooh.
taken away, so I think so Lapu Lapu or maybe a Terizla, as you mentioned yesterday, could be the best in slot option.
Yeah, that's true. You want to see how the EXP lane matchups will be, but I still want to see this goal lane.
Do you
Maybe they
want to
go for
make
the
friends
Brody,
with
maybe they
Nana?
go
Your
for the
team is
Bruno. We haven't
picking.
seen a Bruno in such a long time, and Bruno's such a powerful marksman. Top 3 marksman in the current meta, and people don't realize it yet. Ixia, yes, you have the full barrage to provide that extra bit of damage, but CC will be on you with that yo-yo ballista performance to life
It's
curtain
my
call.
way
Make
or
sure
the
you cannot get
highway.
out of harm's way, and maybe tie you to Nox or QT as well. So they still believe in their prowess, in their skill. So sincerely, Kev, sincerely picking up this Ixia right now. And on the other hand,
I
Boyko, if
will
he goes for
choose
this
my
Arlot,
own
it will be
path.
Your
such a
team
great
is
draft. Only
picking.
because you have the final slash, push them in towards the full barrage, and then you have the Minoan Fury along with the Eternal Guard. Eternal Guard. It'll be such a beautiful set. If only that was possible. It's the pure wombo combo that I'm talking about from RE Esports. But on the other side, Team Cry going in for this Mincetar. I like this Mincetar. I like it. It's something spicy.
It indeed is spicy, but then again, there's this situation as to which dashes is Mincetar gonna cancel out? Now, they've got that front lining in the form of Barats, but the question is it going to be enough? I do like the Mincetar pick, don't get me wrong. I love Mincetar. I was basically in one of the supreme title holders of Mincetar as well back in my days. Now, yeah, that's how I normally term it. But here's the thing, right? Fred Drain, I don't think so. He's gonna face a lot of problems. The main reason he kind of needs people to come close to him and going for that fight. QT on that Minotaur is going to give some again knock up setup. So if they're just trying to go in and finish everyone off, you're all going to get knocked up as well. Nox with the Eternal Guard could also prove to be problematic. Ixia is just going to maintain that gap because of the way the kit entirely plays out. Now, in terms of draft, I would just say that yet again, I kind of like the draft of RRE a little better, but we're going to have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the land of dawn already, and it's the game number 2 of the best of 5 semifinals 2. Already, the lead is in favor of RRE. Let's see if they're going to close things out on a 2-0 note, or will we see an equalizer?
Yeah, you can see the damage coming in already from this Mincetar. Sincerely, Ken making sure that QT doesn't go and provide that extra bit of vision that they need on their side. And again, the battle that is the most important will be this gold lane.
It's going to be important, the gold lane matchup, as you mentioned. Ixia needing that early bit or an early chunk of farm as well, but all towards that top. He was already chunked down pretty low, and CC is going to be bullying all it out, at least for the first 2 levels at least. After the level 4, Boyko might have a little bit of a fun time. Over in the mid as well, Vixana, one of the fastest wave clearing mage out there, and Ryu is just being bullied. That's a good hook coming in. Indeed, but again, not enough attack speed, so Nox will be able to kind of round it. Retribution comes in, and it's actually been stolen, is it? So already level 4 in the hands of Super IMM. That's not a great start, but all right. If there's one hook for one person, there's also a couple of players hooked up yet again, and if that's how Ken is gonna hook, it's gonna be trouble.
I mean, it will be trouble, but at the moment, he didn't need that speed. He didn't need to hook them at that point because you want to give Ryu his level 4, and Ryu not reaching his level 4 will be a problematic decision, problematic play, because the turtle is up in about 5 seconds, and Nox is about to reach level 4. Our Lord Boyko is about to reach level 4, and now you know for a fact that QT is going to clear the mid lane, going to reach level 4. So you have 4 level 4s going against Ryu, who just reached that point. Espero is not yet level 4, and Minato, they're all late to the rotation, so Team Cry are behind already. And so right now we can see they're trying to get the turtle again, Spear of Glory, but forced to flicker out, not at the right time. Eternal Guard being used there to Daytona as well. The King's calling, but the turtle will go towards Ryu with the Retribution. And no Fury knocks up 3, and they get that final slashes there. They get the turtle, but at what cost? Because right now seems like Team RRE Esports are on the hunt.
Yet again, as I mentioned, the early advantage is going to go in favor of RRE. And that's exactly what they're showcasing. They've got the confidence from the previous game. And I don't think so. They're going to face a lot of troubles. Rue on the Barats will eventually be able to face Tank. But Ken, again, you normally run Mincetar with the damage build, maybe a Trinity if you really want to. Tanky kind of does not work well enough. So
I'm
there's yet again the question since...
No. It is the question, right? So what do you want to build? Are you going to build damage? Are you going to build tank? Are you going to frontline? Are you going to provide utility for your team? So I'm not convinced. I do like this Mincetar pick because it's spicy. It gives us a little different, a different perspective. It gives us a different ball game. It turns the game on its head. It is possible. It's a double-edged sword once again. But again, it's what is your plan? What are you trying to do? Like, are you trying to be a utility? Are you trying to be a damage? Are you trying to be a tank? Like, how is it gonna work? Is Ryu gonna be soaking up all the damage? And if he's gonna be soaking up all the damage, what if Team RRE Esports just will go berserk on that hero, and then you don't have your jungler and you lose out on all your neutral objectives? So what's going on? So every time you've seen sincerely can get those hooks on point. It's just that the other team RR Esports just dive in. That's how you play against the Franco as well. For a fact if Franco hooks your teammate, everyone just dives in and clashes and rains hell down upon the opponents, and that's what's been happening so far. So RR Esports have their game plan. They know what they want to do, and they're playing it to a perfect T. It just goes to show that the plan that Team Cry have is not so solid.
I would agree with you 100% over that one. The only thing that I could potentially look forward to is the Molina's blitz from Minato, plus also the way Espero is going to play in on that CC. King's falling now. We called it perfect. That's a pretty solid position as well. Because Zana is going to be caught in, knocked very low HP, but yet again super IMM. Gets a nasty ding on Ken, but he will potentially survive. Eternal Guard still dealing a decent chunk of damage. Cutie is going to run away from that harm's way since Silicate was already taken down, and now they would be able to steal away those buffs. That's a good kite that they were able to do, and Ken's King's Calling was phenomenal. Now that's the answer to the questions that we were putting. How are they going to play? They're going to make sure that at first they chunk down the entire front line a little bit, and after that they go into the full burst of damage, because if Kev is not there, then Nox's Eternal Guard becomes the main source of damage, and if it falls, you know for a fact that there's no one, not even Super IMM, not even Minotaur, and not even Boyko, who will be able to take them down. One good thing, yet again, top tier 1 has been taken away.
I like the fact that they've layered their skills. So that's the key word to look for. They're layering their skills. The Spear of Glory coming in from Ken on this Minsatar. He gets the hook. And next thing you know, Minato with the Molina immediately, which was followed up by Daytona's Welcome. And you can say that the layering of the skills has been helping them out. But once again, that is a harder condition compared to just a 4-man knockup with the Minoan Fury. As long as they're able to get it on point, it will work out. But there's the Terrify coming in. Passive is popped from Minato right now. So Minato will have to look to survive. Can he really clear this wave? The pressure is on. No, he will not. Super IMM take the kill. The taunt coming in once again. Surely can miss. There it is. The Minoan Fury along with a full barrage coming in, but will not have enough damage. And will fall. Copy the rock with a hard place. It seems like this is such a nasty fight going in. Boyko with all the vengeances and Joy Boy with the slightest bit of HP. Will he survive? No, he will not. Super IMM will take him down. And it seems like this is a 2-for-1 trade. They trade Ixia for Joy Boy and Minato, and I think that's a good trade coming in from the side of RRE Esports.
It's a pretty solid trade because that's both the sources of damage. Rue would not yet again be able to dish out a lot, because let's be honest, the Tona, it's a pretty tanky hero, and also the suppression is going to be the key. One thing that we were not entirely talking about was for a fact that the suppression could eventually pose a lot of problems, but the question is on who. Ixia is again going to maintain that distance, and for now we will see the positioning coming in from Nox. He hasn't fallen once, but they're going to go in for the taunt as it connects onto Ken. He's going to move back a little bit, and also then we're going to see the King's Calling coming in between two people. That's a pretty solid one. QT has been pretty low in that HP. Nox is going to flicker out of the arm's way. Appraiser's Wrath not yet unlocked. Boyko is the one who's kind of kiting around on all of that damage. Another good taunt as well. And first pick already. Nox is the first one to get it. Eternal has been stolen away. That's one of the most horrible results coming in. Daytona is not going to survive. The dinosaur is there, but it's got the dinosaur hunter in the form of Boyko. Minato does not have the passive either. He needs to run away. Goes out to Melina to assist the teammate. And again, Yo-Yo Blaze potentially helping out. Boyko really wants that kill. Gorilla's Blitz did not connect, and now it potentially could be his fellow being Big Dog was able to get far, but the carry support is phenomenal. Joy Boy saved the life of 2 of his teammates there.
But let's not forget the beautiful kiting coming in from Espera, and now we see, folks, why they wanted to pick up the CC, and now we can see the prowess of Espera, how beautifully he plays the kiting ability that his hero provides. Played to a perfect T. It was so beautiful. He just kited and kited and kited. Boyko was so thirsty. He really wanted that kill. He went in so deep, flicker forward, got Ryu, got this Barats, and next thing you know, he wanted to get Guste as well, but it was so close, and he bite off more than he could chew, and then he just fell thanks to the support coming in from Joybo. And right now you can see the pressure there in the EXP lane. The minions are going towards the bot lane. They have to have an answer, and they have swapped the lane lanes indeed. For now, Joy Boy, gold lane. They're trying to apply the pressure. Rio is there. Daytona's welcome. The final flash being used. Spear of Glory. The King calling. He's not able to dash out of harm's way. There it is. Daytona's welcome. Going in. The suppress is there. Eternal Guard being used. The taunt coming in. Rio is taking too much turret damage and he will fall. Healing spree going on towards Nox. Now 305. It's Sparrow Vengeance being caught. He's trying to get out of there using the performance delay, but he's not able to do so thanks to the Minoan Fury. That's a double kill going on towards Nox, but the pressure is still coming in from Team Cry. They want to take this turret, but they're biting more than they can chew. It's just too much for them to deal with. And this damage coming in from Nox, finally online, 405. Been slightly ever so providing that support damage, but now you can see how much it is. It's just too much to deal with. We want to take a look at the itemization.
We're going to look forward to that itemization, as you mentioned. Nox, he's just got a glowing wand along with a necklace of Durance. I wanted to see the anti-heal, so Ken has already made it. Pretty good one. But see Halbert on the other side of for Sincerely Kev along with the corrosive strike. Not enough to deal the full amount of damage, but it's potentially going to find that.
Full barrage.
Full barrage comes in, as you said, pick up forward, but still we will see player escape, and if I'm not wrong, that is going to be Ken. Pretty low HP as well on the other side, and everyone is just going to go in for that reset. Just a bit of damage exchange. I'm still pretty surprised that there was no one who actually fell in that team fight, but let's be honest, it's kind of good for both of them.
Hey, that was a fight for territory, and the territory they want to capture is this Lord Pit in the riverside, because now we know they want to fight, and the goal lead, not really that much, just 700 towards the favor of Team Cry, and I know that's not much of an item, but if it's in the right hands, it will be beautiful. It's just split evenly among the teams, so it doesn't really pose that much of a threat towards the side of RA Esports, and right now Rio is starving, looking for those stacks that he wants to maintain to make sure Daytona is as big as they come. Because right now they still have the control of the river, and QT wants to go in with this Minoan Fury. It does have the flicker, but Boyko, he needs that flicker. But there it is, King's Calling coming in, Spirit of Glory, Minoan Fury being used, Daytona as well coming in from Rio, but there's the full barrage providing the damage from back. And you can see everyone's falling like dominoes. They got two in return, and afraid this rat, but Joy Boy will fall as well. Double kill going into the hands of Super IMM. Will that be another two falling? Because the Minato is slightly ever so gonna go down. But they will get Boyko once again, falling in towards the hands of his. This is the EXP bout that's happening, and Sparrow clearly winning that, but the team bout that's going on is going in towards the side of Team RRE as they're taking the Lord, and they cannot contest.
Yet again, a good engagement in terms of RRE with the way that they're playing. Yeah, their top lane was basically taken down, but it's fine. They're going to have some form of retaliation. I was liking that early game presence that was being shown by the side of Team Try, but they're again on the back foot just because of that fight. Espero now making the Oracle. Now, I'm not quite sure if that is actually one of the staple items for CC, but we'll have to wait and see. Tier 1 still trying to be defended. Everyone needs to move backward as well, and massive knock up on 4 people, and then the again, it's Boyko going in for the chase to take down Minato. You just did not try rising out of here. You will be just moving out of the land of dawn. It's almost done and dusted now. This is one man remaining. Winston, the Sparrow, and that's only the distance you will go with the survival. 2-0 up on both already.
Once again, a beautiful display coming in from Team RA Esports. First game at won in a dominant fashion. The second one, not exactly so, but still going to show that they're one of the top teams here. 2-0 in this best of 5 series. And once again, the MVP, the unsung hero. We've seen all these flicker forward plays coming in from Sincerely Kept with that full barrage. Super IMM tanking for his team, getting those retributions, the praises wrapped, the taunts on point. QT with those amazing knockups and the heal coming in from the Flask of Oasis. Boyko thirsty for these kills, but let's not forget, once again, the unsung hero, Nox, who picks up the MVP. And so far, 2 games, 2 MVP. He must be over the moon. But on the other side, Team Cry really needs to come up with a better game plan, because you can see that this Mincetar and Sincerely Ken was not able to perform at the highest order. Going for the tank build, yes, you were able to get those spears, you would be able to get those hooks, those King's Callings, but for what? Who has the damage to dish out? There's no one that you can combo that with. So you you get them in there, but the only one who wants to dash in this particular area is Boyko. And Boyko is more than willing to go down as long as he's able to get the final slash in, and everybody else is going to rain hell upon them. So at this point, Team
Ex-
Cry really needs to come up with a better game plan. Don't they, Scared yet?
I would agree, and it all is going to begin on the draft. Now, I always mention that I kind of like the pick of CC, and Espero was also doing what he really needed to do. But on the flip side, though, again, Barats along with the Minsitha are not exactly the main front line you would really want, because King's Calling is going to attract all of your players, and that's exactly where Kev wants his full barrage to go. We really entirely just saw at least one or two first barrages only that were actually pretty good, and those were just enough to take down every single one of them, because there's the taunt of Super IMM, then there's the knockup from the Eternal Guard of Nox, and again, let's just be honest, the curse that Nox places, every single player or maybe minion that's going to fall near them is going to deal that additional bit of burst damage. So even though Minato, yes, he had the Molina's blades, the distance was just not enough to close that entire gap onto both the players who were playing in that backline. Why? Because he was being targeted by Boycott time and time again, who went in for the dominant size as the second item. And there's no other anti-heal apart from Sincerely Kev on the Sea Halberd and Dominance Ice on Boyko. Now that's one of the reasons why I kind of like the itemization, that even in the first set of items, they did not go for it. And QT, he went in for the Athena shield with the flask of OSs, went in for the full utility, and Boyko took the command of always being in the backline and being in the faces of Minato and Joyboy, making sure the dominance effect is always there.
Yeah, I like how you highlighted the fact that the dominance ice effect was always there, only because of the fact that this carry wants to provide those damage with the attack speed and zoning them away from these team fights, creating that gap, that separation between the front and the back line was so key. And once again, Sincerely Ken on this Mincetar was just standing alone in a lone island with no help. Yes, the Ryu did get the Daytona's welcome, but for what? There's nobody there to support, no backline damage dished out. And right now, Team Cry, they need to get back to the drawing board. They need to go back to their caves and find out a much better game plan to come back and beat them in this next game, the best of 5 series, or a little bit that will all be she wrote, because at the end of the day, if Team RRE Esports pick up this next victory, they will be able to take the series and move on to the finals to face Team ABM, who have already made their way there with a 3-1 victory over Team Unbeatable. But right now, if Team RRE Esports take a 3-0 victory, they will have the confidence and will be at an all-time high going into the finals. But only will go to show who will be better in this next game. We will want to see a 5-game series, or will we see a 3-0 sweep? Folks, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. This is Coronas alongside Scared Yet. We will be back as soon as possible. Just stay tuned.
Better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it all. I'm gonna be better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it. Don't deserve it. I'm gonna be better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous. You don't deserve it all. I'm gonna be better than you thought. I promise I
Welcome back,
live
everyone, to
is to-
Battle
it is
Knights
in
Project
despair that
Season
I
2
see the
Clash of
fondest
Titans.
hopes.
It is because right now we have the top two teams in one of the semifinal brackets that'll be moving on to the finals after this potentially the final game of the best of 5 series, and Team RRE Esports, as they are already 2-0 up. And right now, Team Cry need to find an answer, but they are
See value
actually
in me?
not able to
Your
do so.
team
They
is
have to
You
get the
banning.
should.
plan out, and they have to dot their I's, cross their T's, because at the end of the day, if they lose this game, it will be all over. Because right now we can see the bans are going up, but they've taken down the Faramis, they've taken out the Xborg, and the right replies coming in. Team RE Esports, they've been banning out this Nathan for a while now, and the Fredrin, rightly so, only because the Xborg is being taken off the table. You think scaredy at this Nathan is because they have a player on the other side that's a really good Nathan player, or is it just
Horology is
like
my craft.
could be a
Your
Diggy
respect
team
is
ban
my
is
right now?
name.
banning.
I mean, if it was supposed to be a respect ban, then I was also expecting them to do it for the previous two games.
I mean, they did ban it out. The Nathan was always banned.
So yeah, it could potentially be a respect ban, but I'm still not quite sure if. Let's be honest, Argus was normally respect banned out for Jeet plays as well, but then again, ABM they disrespected it. They did not even care about it. They were only punished for one specific game. And if you're talking about Nathan entirely, Claude is just a little bit better in what else Nathan could potentially do. The only good thing about him is that he deals magic damage, and you can't basically make a wind of nature against him if you're laning. So yeah, if he's got
Always on
all
the
of those
way.
stacks up, I think so Nathan could be detrimental.
Your
But
team
there's
is
a
picking.
Brody who's got that early game priority. There's also the Claude who's but much better in the late game. And if Fovis is banned out, you've got the 1-1. So again, I'm not quite sure if Nathan would eventually fit in. But hey, it's working out for them, right? They don't even care about it.
Hope will
I mean,
find a way,
exactly right. Well, don't
even when
fix
Your
what's
calls
not
for
team is
more.
broken.
picking.
Because right now, Team Cry want to pick up the Vexana. It has been working so far in the meta. It's one of the best mages that there is. Fast wave clear, provides a lot of CC, is really annoying, can be built in multiple different ways. You can have the burst damage, you can have the slow ticking damage, the glowing wand, the anti-heal damage, and then you can also go for the support build to make sure you can spam your skills with that cooldown reduction. And
Kindness is
just
the
goes to show
surest
why this mage
path
is the
to
current meta, but
ruination.
immediately, finally, we get to see Yu Zhong coming out from Boyko. I know everyone watching out there were waiting for this because Yu Zhong was banned throughout once again, and now they leave it open. And this Yu Zhong seems like he's going to create havoc in the Land of Dawn with his Black Dragon form.
Minotaur,
Your
will
team
finish
is
off
picking.
what
A
was left
great
undone.
counter for Minato on that big Zana. QT, even in the previous game with the Minoan Fury, was able to give some insane setups, and that's what I am expecting to see in this game as well. Hespero picking up the Barats as well, maybe for the EXP lane, or maybe it's going to go in the hands of Rio. They're going to swap a few heroes here and there. They picked up their mage already. I think so. It again could be a potentially good time to maybe lock in their own jungler, right? Maybe Xbox could be a decent pick in the situation. Yeah, because Yuzhong is just
Excellent.
gonna jump on Minato on every single fight. So you might as well just try to again
Love and hope
disconnect the
are the two
backline of
greatest
the opponent
inventions.
from their frontline Yuzhong, isolate him, and then let your backline deal with him properly.
I mean, but at the end of the day, spoiler alert, the export has been banned out, and maybe that's why they went for the Yu Zhong.
Right.
However, though, it's all right, brother. It was me yesterday, it's you today. But nonetheless, they again opting go for this double support kind of composition in the
Your
mid lane
team is
with this
banning.
Vexana and Angela. You have a tanky jungler in the form of a Barats, but immediately the reply is there. They go for this Claude, and Kev has been playing this immaculately, absolutely perfect on that blazing duets and the BMIs, finding the
I've been
perfect
waiting
timing
Your
to
for
go
too
in and
team
do
is
long.
those
banning.
damages. And this time, Carrie actually made it to the first phase of the bans. That is surprising.
Yeah, I mean, even in the previous two games here and there, we were seeing carry being left open, yet it was not giving a massive value
It's
with
time
the
to go
side
to the
of Cry.
R&D
So
show.
this
Your
time they did
team
not
is
even pick it up
banning.
because again, you can pick up a carry, but there's a Yu Zhong on the opposite side with the Petrify. So you might as well be just dead meat out there in the open waiting to be grinded. But over
Pain
towards the bans,
is the proof
Lilia
that
Your
has
I'm
been
team
still
banned
is
out.
alive.
banning.
Um, all right, I guess you could say a pretty good counter to Ixana, specifically with the maneuverability. Plus, you've also got the black shoes to kind of bait out all of those skills, maybe ultimates, but gold lane now being choked down
Time
by
to drop
RRE,
the
and I
beat of
feel
the
that it's
flag.
Your
actually a pretty
team
good
is
option.
picking.
Joy banned out, I like it. Would have been a good counter, has been taken away, but I mean, Joy jungle, would that have been the case?
I mean, I like this Lilia ban only because the Barats is there just a sitting duck if you have all those glooms bursting up in your face. But this Joy ban again, I'm not sure there are much better bans that they could go for. Like you said, scared yet you don't like it. I don't like it either. But on the other side, if you look at Team RA Esports, the choke on the gold lane, it's not like they're choking them exactly, but they're forcing
There's
them
no
to pick
time
up
to
the
chit
Ixia.
chat.
Your team is picking.
What are you gonna pick right now? Who's available on the table? One of the top three marksmen, Ixia and Bruno, but nobody wants to play the Bruno. I don't know for the life of me why
I
nobody in
would
the
have
Idiot
loved,
server wants to play Bruno. I
I
love
would
that.
love Bruno.
It's such a great hero. You have the
Time to
volley
take the
shots, you
field.
have the wave of the world, just to provide that extra bit of damage going on to everyone. You can push them back. That's slightly a knockback. You have the entire dash to go behind, and then you have a lot of damage in the early game. You have a lot of damage in the mid game. In the late game, you're just scaling, so you have damage throughout the game. You just have to make sure you maintain your gold. And Joy
The
Boy picks up
incarnation
the
of
Bruno.
Capricorn
Finally, we
is
get to see
here.
a good Bruno. Hopefully, in the land of Dawn, and Rio going for the Martyrs route this time. So that's a Barats in the EXP lane.
I don't
I
like it.
don't know. I don't
I
like
don't
it. Like,
like it.
'cause it's
I
it's
I'll be honest. If in case that there's again, you get a jungler that's maybe a Ling, your backline is deleted. Wait a second. All right. They're gonna go yet again with the setup tanky player. But I'll be honest, if there was an assassin jungler right in this draft, the backline was deleted
game would have been over. Game over.
110%. It
Malachi
would have been
enters the
game
scene.
over. They're still going in for a Kai. Same idea. You can jump in, you can go in with the heavy spins, but it could potentially be countered by Levi Ackerman there in the hands of Ryu. Martis, with the mortal coils, you will not be CC'd. So those neutral objectives contestation will be there, and we will potentially see the hard guard of Ken over on Ryu himself. But again, I'm really waiting to see even now if that draft could work out because Barats in the EXP is going to be super weak against Yujon.
You're absolutely right. The fact that they have the ability to dive into the backline with the heavy spin, with the Black Dragon form, with the BMI, the Blazing Duet, the Flicker, Minone Fury just creates so much problems for the side of Team Cry. But do they have an answer? Because I know for a fact we all want to see the battle between Captain Levi and the Kung Fu Panda in Poe. But seems like Super IMM wants to go for the Street Enforcer skin, so we will not get to see that today. However, Neymar Jr. is in the land of Dawn, and folks, here we are for potentially the final game in this best of three series, and we see a pause coming through. Seems like there are some technical difficulties between both the teams, and mind you, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure we give both the teams an equal platform to perform at the highest level. So we want to make sure they have their setups ready. They don't have any sort of connection issues because we want to see the best game that's possible, and we want to bring that to you. And this is Kronos alongside Scared Yet, and we want to make sure that we bring the best casting possible towards the audience. Don't we, Scared Yet?
Absolutely true. I mean, you're on the desk, so it's already one of the best castings out there in the wild. But yeah, let's just get back into the situation where we are discussing as to what are the potential combinations for the side of Team Cry, because truly RRE they're just gonna go full on dive in bonkers, and if there's anyone who's trying to threaten Nox on the gourd, Super IMM is there with the heavy spins to push them all back, and yet again into the Mystic Gush or maybe into the Blazing Duet because Boyko is going to disconnect the backline. He will jump on Minato time and time again on that big Zana. Now, the question is, sincerely, Ken, how are you going to utilize that early heart card and how much value could you grab or squeeze out of the Ruse Martis? Because those mortal coils, since Rue is also running on the killing spree, you would want Ryu to go in for those extra bit of fights, specifically when both of your lanes technically are a losing lane. For exactly call Claude Bruno a losing lane matchup for Claude, but over towards the bot, it's a 100% Boyko will be winning that, and he will be ahead in the rotation.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. He will be ahead in the rotation. And let's not forget, rotation is the name of the game, especially when you have such a gap closer with the Black Dragon form. Level 4, he's going to be such a big problem, such a big threat. But right now, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and friends of all
5
ages. We are
seconds
going
till the
into the
enemy
potentially
reaches the
final game
battlefield.
in this best of
Smash
5
them!
series for Battle Knights at Clash of
All
Titans
troops
Season 2.
deployed!
Best of 5 series in the semifinal between Team RE Esports out on the red side. They're already 2-0 up in this series, and Team Cry on the blue side. We want to see this go all the way to a best of 5, but only time will tell if it's possible. Kronos alongside Scared Yet once again bringing you the action, the dynamic duo. Here we are trying to do the best for us.
And for now, true indeed. Over towards the bot. As I mentioned, I mean, as long as Espero is gonna have build up those stacks, it's going to be enough time for Boyko to kind of deny, and he just did. He denied that cannon minion. And that's already a big chunk of CXP being taken away. He would not be level 2 early on. Over towards the top,
Yeah.
it's QT. Yeah, they're just gonna make sure that both the gold laners are getting as much gold as possible. Then make sure they've got a decent early game. Over towards bot is where I want to focus on yet again. Root almost going level 4, but that means that Espero is just gonna lose on the stat on the Barat. There's no creep close to him. Steal goes away, and he would have to kinda overstep his welcome over towards bot yet again. On top, it's just going to be a back and forth engagement. So Priam joining in level 4, but everyone's just gonna run backwards out of Fevery to kind of slow them down. Just did not work really well out of it.
We want to see the gang coming in into the goal lane, and that big mistake made by Ryu right now. This is what caused the Barats to actually lose out of the HP lane, only because he does not have the stacks, and realizing that Ryu actually focusing attention to the EXP lane, making sure if this Barats is able to get out on time, it will be a big problem for the opponents indeed. And right now, waiting to get to the level 4 power spike that they need to before the turtle is up, as it is right now. Super IMM moving in towards that, but does not see Ryu, does not spot Ryu. QT is there, but meanwhile on the bot lane, Boyko reaches level 4. Minato about to reach level 4 as well. When the Black Dragon form will be popped, it will be such a big problem indeed. Scared Yet, because right now the turtle is so low. It's so low. QT gets the knockup coming in, but they still don't spot Ryu. Finally, but he able to miss out at that turtle, but the first blood with the decimation going in towards Ryu, and at the moment we will see them fall like dominoes, and he falls straight into the furious dive, and the knockup is there. They will get the kills, and they are falling like dominoes. Once again, Team RE Esports, a dominant display, but Boyko will he survive? No, he does not. Hard guard coming in from the Angela on Sincerely Ken, proving to be a little bit of a difference maker. Still, advantage RE Esports.
Always love to see that early advantage, and they're trying to go in for the push as well. RRE. This is yet again a situation, and it was stolen away as well. That is a heartbreak. Ryu having those problems, only able to get 2 kills out of that fight. 3-2 situation, and he moves the blue over towards bot. Pero if he gets that another go grab, you will not have anything to grab your stack, so the rotation will come in, and that's again gonna give advantage to Boyko in that lane. It's just a laning situation at this point. He tried to go in for the Daytona's welcome in that previous fight too, but Rue might have been overstepping the bounds, which is not supposed to cross.
I mean, at this point, it like you mentioned, Scared, it's just a laning problem. Yes, you have a slightly winning lane. Not slightly, you have a winning lane with this Bruno against the Claude, right? Bruno has so much potential, so much damage that he can dish out. But meanwhile, I see Mortal Fall trying to go in, but everybody backs off, realizing they don't want to feed this Martis killed in the early game because you know he will be a problem. And look at Boyko, right in the face of his Sparrow. Doesn't really care about this big dinosaur. He's saying, you are a dinosaur, I'm a dragon. But meanwhile, Mystic Gush going on to Minato. So there's the heavy spin. They get the kill. Hardguard is being popped, and finally decimation is there. Nox will fall, and this Martis, Rio is on a killing spree. Here comes the cavalry. The Black Dragon is there. He's going in for the Furious Dive. No, he does not. He is able to gash out of there, and right now the Dinosaur come in. Dinosaur versus the Dragon. You don't know the Dragon's much faster, but there it is. The Minoan Fury coming in again. The stack's not enough to maintain, and right now Daytona's welcome being used, and QT will fall, but there's the Petrify combo. The knockups are there. Boyko trying to do as much as he can, but he's not able to survive. He will go down, but taking down his Sparrow along with him. So you can say it's still a victory towards the side of Team RRE Esports.
That's again a good situation for RRE, one for one trade. The only reason why Boyko fell in that fight was because Minato was just a second earlier back in that engagement. So you could kind of argue that the reason he went down first early on would also potentially help them out in the future. Now, hey, again, there's the paradox, right? I forgot the exact name of it, but if bad things happen, which results into a good thing, that's kind of a good thing for you overall. But for now, the good thing would be
Yeah.
trying to steal away the turtle for a good go into the mortal by the
Ooh,
good
the
combination. But still, the Mystic try and throw him out, not getting dished out enough damage. Hard guard already on towards the Marshall aspect with the detonation. Trying to keep in, but no, he was shut down until in the meantime. And the Black Dragon form in the perfect possible moment. He's just zoning out every single one of them. Trying to stay to the Furious Drive in the sky. And then will make sure he survives and also get a kill on Angela.
But he.
Sparrow.
You can hear it from both of us, everyone. Every time we see Espero go down or Espero come into the team fight, we're just sighing because we know that this Barracks is not being utilized in the best possible way. We're not saying that it's not good in the EXP lane, but it's just saying you're taking away the potential that it has in the jungle by putting him in the EXP lane. So that's such a loss coming in from the side of Team Cry. And right now you can see because of that, the pressure is coming onto Joy Boy, who's supposed to be a marksman. It's this Bruno who's kicking balls to face and being a bigger problem. But right now he's not able to do so because the EXP lane is such a losing lane for this Barracks against this Yu Zhong. And that is why you can see Ryu is having problems while getting these kills as well, because there is no one to create that separation, and the pressure once again on the mid lane with only two of them. And Angela sincerely doesn't really know where to focus to, because you see Joy Boy trying to go in, he's trying to get that kill, but will he able to survive? Kev will not survive. He will go down. Heavy spin being used by him in the mid lane. Eternal Guard being used. Boyko will get that kill. You can see the Black Dragon form coming out once more. And what can a measly dinosaur do in front of a dragon while you're on the ground? I'm in the sky, because at the moment Espero trying to get these stacks to make sure he can survive and maintain his defenses. Joy Boy not gonna be happy after looking at the pincer that they're trying to get him on, because at the moment Team RRE Esports are slowly but surely running away with this game.
Would not have been a great sense either ways, because Suru would have joined in the fight as we mentioned. And now since Boyko is spending a lot of time over towards the top, bottom is open and the tower will be coming down just a little bit. If only over towards the back here, he should fall blazing to it, knocked down as well, decimated. And that's going to give them the advantage over in that top lane. A perfect maneuver from their side. And now they've lost sincerely Kev. So big chunk of damage already out of the picture. Glowing Bond being made for knock, so now he could potentially deal a lot of damage over those fights with that extra bit of burn that he's going to put. Pair it up as well. With again, it's going to be your rage. It's going to be a decent damage with a decent bit of recovery over that mana.
Yeah, you can see that ticking damage is going to be a problem. Not only will it be ticking damage, it also negates the heal that is possible from this Angela, from this Barracks, from Ryu with the spell vamp that they have going on for them. So yes, it's an essential item that is needed on the gourd that pairs very well with this Mystic Gush. But right now, Joy Boy, he's not sure. He might not know what he's in for. But QT here trying to pull them out of there. And seems like Ryu realizes that the backup is there, but Super IMM finally going in for the heavy down towards Joy Boy, but you can see the Purify coming in. Blazing Duet is there. Angela with the hard guard to make sure Joy Boy survives, going to the volley shots, and right now you can see the Minoran Fury coming in. Eternal Guard being used. Joy Boy will go down, however, so will sincerely Kev, and Ryu is on the hunt. Captain Levi wants to kill the Titans, and he gets knocked, and right now Super IMM will fall as well thanks to that, but here comes the Black Dragon form. Will he want to engage? No, he does not. Realizes that it's going to be a 4v1, wants to back off. He has to petrify, however, but didn't want to make that big play. That was so beautiful, Sturdian.
R&D was beautiful, utilized so much just to pick off Joy Boy on the Bruno, who bought enough extra time thanks to the Purify and the hard guard along with Flask of Oasis Shield over on top. But that's not the perfect positioning. He still survives though, thanks to the hard guard and also the support coming in from his Sparrow. Now this Barats is going to be a problem. Because, yeah, early on, if you would have been able to shut the Barats down in the lane itself, which they kind of managed to 0 and 3, this could have been a problem. But on the flip side, though, even Ken was being taken down time after time, specifically when he's being targeted from blue. But the question is, for how long will they be able to keep this Cloud silent? Because the wombo combo that I was mentioning, with again the heavy spin and the Black Dragon combo along the blazing duet, backline is just nutty at this point. They're going to be taken down. The spawn out on the Lord is Pharaoh. He's got a crucial bit of blue as well. But
Daytona's welcome.
Daytona's right.
Oh, he steals the Lord!
The Noah Fury, the Lord has already been stolen the chase. Big Ken, Lord is just going to burst out of that house and then behind the lines in front of 3 people, and they will fall one after the other. Joy Boy, run for your life! But no, this world government is gonna take you down. Maybe the answer in the form of you could potentially be good. Decimation is available. No, it was not, but it does not matter. Sparrow was able to take them down. Cloud in the meantime, though, is gonna get cheeky and get the tier 1 on that top, but Kev needs to now run away.
Yeah, that was a beautiful fight coming in from both the teams, right? Team Cry did get the better trade. They picked up the Lord, and they have the advantage, but boy, Cole, whoa, boy, oh boy, he came in right on time with that Black Dragon form, chasing everyone in the back line. Joy Boy, Minato were not safe as they soon as see the Black Dragon. What can a football player do in front of a dragon? Because at the moment, Neymar was running for his life, running away from the world government. Like you said, Joy Boy was trying to survive, but not able to do so. But now, once again, I like the fact that you mentioned that this dinosaur will be a problem. Here we go. Madonchu actually misses out. Heavy spin being used by Super IMM. Eternal Guard comes out. Mystic Gush. The damage is there. Trying to flicker out of there. So you can say that Team RE Esports have the better trade. They did get 2 for 1, but Black Dragon form is still extending the team fight. Joy Boy, not sure if he wants to pick this fight. And there it is. The Shaw Essence will be used. Will it be enough?
Okay.
Yes, it will. He will take him down. Joy Boy will get the kill. And now it's Sparrow, the last man left standing. If you want to beat the team, just leave the dinosaur by himself.
I mean, that's exactly what's happening right now, right? And I believe Sparrow this time, yeah, he was able to survive. They kind of got the good value out of that level 1 Lord as well, because they got the bottom inhibitor, so the wave is just going to push forward. But here's the thing, Boyko is again on that Black Dragon. Does not matter if in case the lane is a losing lane. He will be able to clear out the entirety of the wave easily without any major difficulties. Over towards the top, a death push setup maybe. But that's just a Daytona. You really do not want to pick a fight when there's a Barat. And still they're trying to go in for that seize. The question is, how far will they try to push their luck? And they will push it pretty far though. Heavy spins committed and not catching anyone, so they will go back along with a hard card. Shoots up. That's just the use of those ultimates. They're gonna wait for them to come back only to put pressure over towards in the Lord pit, where now the advantage is for RRE.
I mean, if you took a look at that fight, right, Sparrow actually went in with the Daytona's welcome, and as soon as that was used, the heavy spin came out, tried to catch him, but he was able to flicker out there, luckily getting that flicker on point. And again, just the use of ultimates, but there it is, the Luminous Lord is up, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams want to keep competing for this, and Kev has already got this started, like Claude always likes to do, be the life of a party. And right now, Joy Boy will be the target for Boyko. If they get Joy Boy, they know everyone will fall like dominoes. For Ryu, on the other hand, wants to get those decimations on point, and QT doing the best that he can to zone them away. Seems like this Lord is gonna be the target. Angela on the other side not being visible because they want to see this hard guard come out right on time. Angela playing the safest game to make sure that if he's able to survive, there will be a big problem while getting the clear up top. QT getting the knock up. The Lord has been reset. 20,000 HP. 20,000 HP, scared yet?
They're trying to zone every single one of them out, but the Sparrow is trying to lose patience. Knock up comes in from the Lord as well, along with the hard guard. Now it comes into the play. And no Fury from that for anyone who's playing this way. Gets one, but the estimation one back as well. Another solid knock up, the back line is open. Boyko will run away. Shai says to save his life to get the Lord in the question. It is going to be RRE. A guy dying yet make sure that the Lord is there. Hard God comes in and gets the play along with the block. Buisness is passive. That's the dragon out of the picture, and it's only Nox now remaining, who is being chased. Maybe getting a little too overzealous. No, maybe they're not. Still trying to get one bit of that damage. One shot from Lord, and they would potentially be taken down. Mystic Gush comes in, but the aiming not quite perfect yet. Just a chunk of damage being dealt. But they've kinda averted the ending of this day, and QT has finally picked up the Athena shield, so will be able to tank some chunk of damage from Minato.
Hey, you know what? When Joy Boy was getting those damage, those volley shots going in my head, all I could hear is that song that Neymar was dancing to. Ba-da-ba-doo, ba-la. But at the moment, the damage was coming out from Joy Boy, and he was the target. Boyko not able to find him, dealt all that damage. As you can see, the Lord is still marching down the bot lane. Once again, this Bruno is going to start to hurt if they don't get the priority, but Super IMM might catch him right there. He did have the heavy spin, not able to connect, didn't want to use it, waiting for the right opportunity, the right timing. And right now, they're trying to clear the waves. They're focusing their attention. They're able to save their mid-tier 2 turret. But for how long? Because the next wave is coming in. So is the Lord from the bot lane. There it is. Daytona's welcome being used along with the Faker. There it is, the hard guard, eternal guard coming in. Super Iron will fall to the decimation Black Dragon form, but they're all under the turret in the safety of their base. Will they want to go in? No, they don't want to commit. That is the EXP laner for a jungler. And I think on the other side, it is a good trade coming in for the side of Team Cry. So Team Cry will live to see another day. They're playing slowly but surely, catching up to the goal lead, which was so big. And right now, about just 1K.
And that too in their favor. In the favor of RRE at this point. Now, in the mid, we didn't see it in the fight being won by Team Cry, and I could potentially see the way they would be able to brute force their way into those fights, specifically with the Daytona's welcome, as well as the knockup from Eternal Guard, but it needs to catch sincerely Kev every single time. Flicker being burned out from Minato, that's a good one, otherwise he would have been just dead meat, or maybe knocked up.
But at the moment, you know, that flicker spell being used is so important because the Lord is coming in 25 seconds. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, the longer the Lord is available for, the stronger the Lord keeps getting. So this is a luminous Lord indeed. After the 18-minute mark, it will be that level 3 Lord. But right now, will we see that they want to rush it? Or will they not?
I don't think so. They should rush it at this point because they need to make the lane priority over towards the bot, as well as the people watch out for people who are trying to push towards the top. The gargoyle, poor gargoyle being brutally massacred by two different people. They're pretty sad for it. Either way, jokes apart. Windtalker has also been got in. Cutie. Run away, my
Ooh, so
man.
close.
Yeah, the way of the world is gonna give some extra bit of stacks back to Joy Boy. So he'll make sure he's got some item. Oh my god, that big chunk of damage on that big dinosaur is gonna push him just backwards, but there are no creeps for him to take the stacks back on from. He's gonna lose a few of them, landing right into the black line, and it's
Oh my god.
Minato knock up on Drew, and he will potentially be taken down because the stuns are just there landing in line. Bottle Girl could not save him, and now Joy Boy will potentially be taken down, maybe low HP, and over towards the front is his Pharaoh, taken down to the Shah Essence.
Yeah, I mean, that was beautiful coming in from Sincerely Kev, right? The blazing duet at the right time. I was just about to say they're not able to defend it. They don't have the control, but the control was given away from Espero. There it is, the heavy spin coming in from Super IMM. Mystic Gush being used as well. Joy Boy will fall, and last person standing is this lonely Ansna, this puppet on a string. What can she undo by herself? Because right now, QT tanking in all the damage, has the heal to come back up, and seems like Team RRE Esports will be taking this game, will take this series. Will it be a 3-0 sweep? Yes, it will, ladies and gentlemen. And going to the grand final, Team RRE Esports have taken this victory in a 3-0 sweep.
After this game, I'm gonna tell you a fact about the way things went down in this game. I did potentially see a way for Cry to make their way back, but yet
Oh,
again, the
yes.
Sparrow just on the Daytona in the EXP lane, not working out really well. I mean, regardless of the emblem, the main reason for entirety of it was the fact that QT on the Minotaur is not going to be caught in Daytona's welcome if he's using the
Minoan
Minoan
Fury,
Fury.
absolutely yes, absolutely.
Yeah, this again, Blazing Duet would be in the hands of Kev. So using the BMI, he could just dodge every single time the Daytona's welcome. Nox will be too far behind all the big bulky heroes in front of them, and Boyko will be in your own backline. So it's again a draft issue that I kind of feel lost them the game.
I mean, I believe yes, it is. It's truly the draft. They had their outs. They had the damage from the early, mid, and late game. I like the fact that they went for the first three picks with this Vexana, the Angela, the Bruno, the Mardis. It was going well until and unless the Barats came into play. But you don't know. I mean, even when they picked up the Barats early, you want to see the jungle. It made sense, but putting these Barats in the EXP lane made a problem for them. So, folks, you gotta know that the draft is pretty much 60% of the game, and that's what it is. But right now, let's pay our respects, and everyone knows who the MVP for this final game was. It was Boyko on this Black Dragon form, trying to go in and catching the right targets at the right time. Look at that build, the Hunter Strike, the War Axe, the Dominance Ice, Athena's Shield, and I believe that Winter Truncheon was an Immortality before. So getting everything right from the EXP lane can work wonders for your team. And let's not forget the pressure that QT was applying the entire time. He was always in the face of the opponents, trying to get the control of the river. And sincerely, Kev, at the right time, Blazing Duet, Minato was just a sitting duck, especially without that such an expensive spell with that flicker.
That was again, as you mentioned, a pretty expensive spell, and being in a situation where sincerely Kev is right on your face, there's no way for you to survive that Blazing Duet. And as soon as that one went down, you knew it was just a domino effect on to them. The Ryu, in the meantime, was doing a phenomenal job on the Martyrs, using the mortal coils to kind of dodge all of that stun. But in that one last fight, I just feel that Ryu was pretty unfortunate because Ryu got knocked up, if I'm not wrong, with the Minoan Fury, and then there was a hard card to protect Ryu. And as soon as the knockup was finished off, there was the stun coming in from Nox. And once that was over, I believe it was Boyko with the knockup again. Rue was just chain CC'd into oblivion with the big chunk of damage being dealt. And that was basically it. If Rue was there to survive, Nox would have been taken down. And that's what was happening in most of the game. As soon as that happened, you just knew Joy's positioning was also not the best of the best. And every single one of them being taken down, though, yeah, an MVP performance from Boyko. But I really love the game and specifically this best of three series, seeing the way how it ended up in such a dominating fashion. I believe we've already got our two finalists, right? We need a confirmation on that, so we'll also let you know about it. But yeah, it was a very solid evening, and I was having a blast on the desk with you, Kronos.
For sure, scared yet like always, I'm having a blast as well. A blast from the past coming to the present, making sure we enjoy the game, bringing the best action to all the folks out there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and follow on Facebook as well. And show your support to Battle Knights Esports, along with us casters, Scared Yet and Chronos, making sure we bring you the best action that is possible. But for now, we know who the finalists are. The grand finals will be between Team ABM and Team RRE Esports, and we know that's going to be one heck of a game because we saw 3-0 coming in from RRE Esports, 3-1 coming in from ABM. Thanks to that one victory going in towards that Argus play from Jeet. Shout out to him as well. But at the moment, the stage is set, the finals is set. We will see you there, folks. But for now, we call it a good night. Make sure you play your Mobile Legends, stay hydrated, and take some good rest, and we will see you next time.